Hi everyone, welcome back to today's episode of Glitz and Glitter. I have something different. I have had this mold for, gosh, I don't know, 6 months maybe. But the reason I haven't done it is because everybody that I've seen do it complains about one thing, that it does not stand up, that it kind of gets bendy if it's made with resin. So I'm like, well, I don't want to waste resin on it if it's not going to work. But then I thought, I have this other stuff I'm going to try, which is the resin casting powder. This one's by Let's Resin, and it is a 10:3 ratio by weight, and you can demold it in 30 minutes. Now this is the powder. You would measure out the powder, weigh it up, get your water mixed in, which I've already done all this. So I've got 100 grams of the powder ready. And I've got 30 grams of water ready because you have to literally stir this and dump quick. It's going to start curing like in a minute or something like that. I don't remember. But then I have these pigment pastes that Kimberly made for me a long time ago. And these are made for a water-based, which is great for these. But the problem is she sent me like, I don't know, 10 of these colors. And blue is my favorite color, so I can't decide which blue I want to make. I'm actually leaning towards the lighter one. Let's do the lighter one. But I'm nervous to put the blue in because I'm wondering if I should put it in the water before I mix it. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Sorry, I'm over here. The lighting's not as good. I've got something curing over there for you guys. So I can't move it right now because I don't want it to get messed up. So what I'm going to do, I guess, tint my water. Oh, I didn't even, oh yeah, they are open. Oh, I don't know how much I'm supposed to use. Maybe it doesn't matter. I bet it's gonna lighten up anyway because this stuff dries white if you weren't tinting it. So maybe I'll put extra color in. Oops. That I don't need. I mean, that's a gorgeous slate blue kind of. I don't know what she used to make these pigments, but they're beautiful earthy tones. They're not flashy, they're beautiful. So I'm nervous. Okay, I'm just gonna do it. So I'm just going to stir it in and dump. That's what I'm gonna do. When they rush you, then I get nervous. And it's like more of a, oh gosh, I think I need more water. It's a weird consistency, this stuff. I mean, I measured 30:1. Or 10:3, 30:1. I need to go get more water. I'll be right back. All right, so I added a little more water. Now I'm trying to get it non-lumpy in here. I probably added too much. I didn't measure it, but I know this stuff is forgiving. I'm just trying to get the color mixed in kind of evenly before it starts curing. This mold holds 4 ounces. Hopefully. This is 4 ounces. I'm not sure. I guess I should have checked that. Okay, I'm just gonna start dumping and see how it comes out. The blue might not be very even, but it is what it is. It's okay with me. And then when you're done, you seal it with any kind of sealer, I guess. I've only used this stuff one other time, and I can't even remember what I used it on now. You can, like, sand it down if you need to. Come on, come out. Before you seal it, you'll sand it down if you have rough edges. Of course, I picked an intricate one. Try to pour fast. And then the bottom, which holds her up. It's almost the perfect amount. And look at that, I'm going to end up with a marble effect. Oh my gosh, I love it. So it's like, just gonna wiggle it to get it even. I think that's pretty even. Okay, it says demold in 30 minutes, so that's when I will be back to see if it's ready in 30 minutes. It is cured, but I have to tell you a couple things happened. So this is last night, so this is the next day. It's not 30 minutes later. Although at 30 minutes it was hard and it was probably ready to demold. But what happened was I had moved the stuff out of this area. I went to move this stuff in and my 30 minutes wasn't up, and she split right here at the thinnest part. So she broke. So I just took her out and I re-poured it. And then when I re-poured this, I realized I didn't pour this one deep enough to cover up those two little pieces here. So I recovered that, and then I had extra. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do an experiment with the extra and let me see if I can resin over that. So here is my extra. And this is the back. This is the side that, you know, the normal powder mixed, cured, completely cured. I let it cure. I put some stickers on there, and then I resined right over it, and it came out really, really nice. Like the resin sticks to it pretty good. So that is my experiment for the day. You now know you can resin over this, I don't even know what you call it, powder stuff. So now it's been not quite 24 hours, but I'm sure if it breaks now, then it's not going to be very, very good to keep for this. So a little bit of marbling effect, which I like. It's very, very hard, very, very smooth, but we do have to seal it with something if you're not going to resin over it. So now I'm worried about taking her out of the mold because of all these little pieces parts. So I'm going to be very, very careful not to break her, because I honestly don't know how strong this stuff is. And I don't know if I over poured it, and I don't know. So let's try this. I don't know how gentle I have to be with it. So hopefully she won't break. Try not to put any pressure on her at all, just on the mold. And then she's going to have some indentations on the front of her. So since the resin worked, I'm going to try UV resining some glitter in those spots that she had opened on her other side. I'll show you what I mean as soon as I get it out. There. A few pieces need to be knocked off. Look, came off pretty easily just by tapping on it. And I know you can sand this down, no problem. Just not sure with what, if you can use a knife. Oh, look at that. It comes popping out pretty easily. And again, I'm taking a chance. I don't know if this is going to break her off or not. It's pretty tough. Let me grab a knife and see what happens. Because I can't get a sandpaper in there. So these parts here is what I'm talking about. I think I'll fill them with some UV resin before I seal the rest of her up. So try your best not to overfill, and then you won't have to take the chance on, you know, scraping at it. So I'm just going to get this done and then bring over the UV light and see what we can do. So what I had to do was trim this bottom and sand the bottom of her. Here, that's a mold problem, not a resin problem, because it didn't quite fit in the base. And now she'll fit in the base like that. I don't want to push her in because I want to take her out, but it fits pretty snugly. So what I'm going to do is take my UV resin in these portions, not these tiny holes because I don't think I'll ever get it in, but maybe this flower and things. And I'm going to use my Sterling, which is a silver ultra fine glitter. You could find this linked below. It's in my eBay store. Be careful because it will go, it's very fine, it's very light, it will float. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the UV resin, and I'm using my Let's Resin today, along with this awesome light. If you didn't see the review on this light, this is only half of it. There's another half on that can go on the bottom, but you can use one half at a time if you want to. So I'm going to just take a tiny bit of glitter, mix it into the resin, and get it to cure, hopefully. And give it a little bit of sparkle that way. So I'm just gonna drip it in drop by drop. So I will fast forward this. This is going to be very meticulous work. Not so bad in the larger leaves, but the smaller ones are going to be kind of a pain. And then once I get it all in, I will UV light it all at the same time. And let's hope the UV resin sticks to this stuff just as well as the normal resin stuck to it. She is done and cured. Nice and hard. What do you think about that? I did get some overage on here. So I'm guessing I could probably, if I sand it down though, it might take some of the blue away. Now I have beeswax. I don't know if this is a good solution to seal it in, but I'm going to use it because that's what I have. Let me know in the comments if you've used beeswax before to seal this in, or what you have used to seal it in. Because honestly, I don't use this stuff, and I don't know. I don't see why it's not a good option, because we use this beeswax on our cutting boards. So that's what I'm going to do. And I will get you some pictures of it when it is completely sealed and finished. And that is today's project, you guys. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts about this one. I think it'll stand up. I will come back in the future and tell you if there is a problem later. I think like in here to get the beeswax in, I'm going to use my little silicone end thing and just kind of, because I did have to scrape it out in there. I had to like get a bigger hole, so it definitely needs to be sealed in there. And then it did chip when I pushed her in the first time, but you can't really tell. So I don't know how durable this stuff is. Any information you have on it, please let me know. I'm happy to learn and bring you more content if it helps others. All right, you guys, that's it for today. I will see you all tomorrow. You guys all have a blessed day. I'll see you. Bye. Good morning.